headed out to LA. I heard about this awesome prop house that has the cryogenic freezing machine from Austin Powers movie. I had to come check it out. Maybe I can buy it, put Rick into it, and send him to the future. Hello, is Harvey here?
I am.
How you doing, Harvey? Chumlee.
Hey, Chumlee, welcome.
I'm here about the Austin Powers prop.
All right, it's way in the back. Let's take a walk. And here we are. This is the famous Austin Powers cryogenic chamber.
Shagadelic, baby.
Yeah. This is my prop house. It's called 20th Century Props. And we have here the Austin Powers cryogenic chamber that came directly from the movie. So I'm looking to get $8,500 for it.
This is really cool. I still remember this in the beginning of the movie. Austin Powers wanted to freeze himself so that when Dr. Evil, his arch nemesis, resurfaced to do evil on the world, he would be there to stop him.
Fun.
Did you ever see the movie?
No.
No. Pretty good movie. Basically, it was a parody of the old James Bond movies where Mike Myers played Austin Powers, the good guy, and he played Dr. Evil. Really, really funny. They have some iconic scenes in it. Spun off 2 more sequels, and still to this day, people are watching Austin Powers and they're saying the lines like, you know, yeah, baby, and shagadelic. So where did you get it?
I purchased this directly from the movie at the end. A lot of the decorators are really cool, and they'd like to see their piece live on.
Yeah. It's a cryogenic chamber. I mean, it's supposed to bring you into the future. Why not let it live on?
Right.
Which chamber was this one? Was this the Austin Powers chamber?
This is the Austin Powers chamber.
I'm gonna take a walk around it. And
Okay.
It looks like it opens up. Have you ever been inside of it?
Oh, yes.
So how much are you looking to get for it?
I'm looking at about $8,500.
Well, going over it right off the top, I noticed it's missing the Austin Powers nameplate up there. I noticed it's got a little wear and tear on it, but I mean, it's from 1997, so you'd think it would.
It's a lot of years.
Might have a chip here and there. You know, I'm at a loss for words on how much I could pay for this. If you don't mind, I'll have a buddy of mine come down. You might even know him, I don't know, he's Tall Rob.
Rob.
You do know him?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's a friend of mine, and he helps me out with all these movie props and stuff. So, do you mind if I call him and see if I can get him down here?
Nope, don't mind at all.
All right, give me just a few minutes.
You're looking pretty good inside that thing. Hey!
Harvey, how are you? Nice to see you
Rob.
again. All right, Chumlee, come on out.
There we go.
Yeah, baby!
All right, there you go.
Thanks for coming out.
Of course, this is quite cool.
No, it's shagadelic.
Oh, my bad, you're right. Yeah, well, this was the cryogenic chamber that they used in the film. This is what we call a foreground prop. This is one that he actually stood in, was filmed in, started the film, actually. It was the beginning of the film. I'll tell you that Austin Powers, in particular, highly collectible props that come from those films.
Yeah, it's a cult classic, I think. Like, everyone who's my age grew up to the movie and they love it.
Right.
So, the big question, what kind of value does it have?
It has some serious condition issues. The ice glass is not in great shape. It has cracks, it's broken throughout. Overall, it's average condition at best. Because of the size, it limits who's going to purchase this. You can't really put this in your living room. Tough for the shop even because of its size. Taking all of those things we talked about into consideration, you're looking somewhere around $3,500.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it.
As always, Chumlee, good to see you. Thank you. Good to see you again.
You too.
All right, we'll
You
see you
too.
again soon, I hope.
Okay.
All right, be well.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Well, you heard what Rob had to say. Has your price changed?
Well, I was asking 85, but I would come down to 55 for you.
You know, I think I'm gonna have to pass on it. I realize it's a lot bigger than I thought, and I probably would have to spend $500 just to ship it back to Vegas. It's literally one of the coolest things I've ever seen, but I don't think we're gonna be able to make a deal today. Appreciate
sorry
it.
to hear that. Okay, let me escort you out.
Oh, man, is that the boot?
That's the boot.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm well.
What do you got here?
They're Star Wars figurines from 1978.
Sweet. Hey, Big Hoss. You know all about Star Wars.
You know I've never seen the movie, man.
Haas, I am your father.
It was a very exciting movie. The special effects were cutting edge at that time. I'd like to put the money in savings for retirement. I'm hoping to walk out of here with at least $5,500. You have never seen Star Wars?
I've never seen a single one.
Wow.
Which ones do you have here?
7 figurines. Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Darth Vader, the Stormtrooper, C-3PO, but one of the most values I understand is the Jawa. And there's many, many ones with the cloth cape, but the vinyl one is, and this one is one that's very rare.
These are the original ones, right?
They are original.
Okay. So how'd you get them?
My mother and father kind of collected things. These somehow ended up in our closet. Star Wars was huge at the time. Everybody saw that.
Everybody except Corey.
I never really got the whole Star Wars thing, but I do know that the movie made ridiculous amounts of money. They made hundreds of millions of dollars just from these toys alone. Okay, I have no idea who any of these people are.
Well, Luke Skywalker was trying to save Princess Leia here from Darth Vader and his stormtroopers. And I think this robot right here was on Luke Skywalker's team.
Well, thanks for the plethora of information, Shum. I really appreciate it.
All right, I'm going to lunch now. I'll be out of here.
Any idea of what you're looking to get out of them?
$11,000.
$11,000 for toys. That's shocking to me.
They do have some value. You know, I found stuff online that indicates that Jawa is worth anywhere from the high $7,000 range to $8,000 or $9,000
For that little thing.
for that little thing.
All right. I got a buddy who owns a toy store. He could probably help me out. Mind if I give him a call?
No, that's fine.
The numbers this guy's asking seem pretty insane, but I'm no expert on this stuff. And Star Wars geeks are pretty passionate, so it's worth getting them checked out.
You look like the type that had a Princess Leia poster on your wall.
I still do, man. I still do. Wow, man, these are in really nice shape. Everything looks really, really nice, which sets off a lot of red flags, because there's a lot of these figures being counterfeited nowadays. These are the first release, which are the most sought after as far as any of the Star Wars stuff goes. This is a French card here, which you never see here in the States.
Does it make it worth more or less?
More desired, definitely.
Okay.
That's also the vinyl cape. Wow, that's amazing. As far as Star Wars toys go, the Holy Grail is the vinyl cape Jawa. It's one of the most sought after Star Wars figures. Are these recarded?
No, they're original.
What does recard mean?
It's not uncommon for people to reproduce these backings. You could turn a $20 figure into maybe a $1,000 toy.
Oh, wow.
Let me just smell these.
What are you doing?
Sometimes you can smell the age of them, and you can also smell if there's glue.
So, do they smell real?
They do. They smell like 1978 to me.
What do you think they're worth?
I mean, your blisters are clean, the cards are clean. The money piece definitely is the Jawa. I've seen this figure by itself go anywhere from $8,000 to $10,000. I would put a conservative estimate on this collection in the $9,000 to $12,000 range.
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right, appreciate it, man.
No problem, anytime.
See you later, man.
I could reasonably expect to get somewhere between $9,000 and $12,000. I can see paying you like $5,000, man.
Oh, I don't.
I gotta be the one to sell them.
Yeah, I understand that, but that's not even close. You know, I'm looking for $7,500. You'll turn an instant profit of a couple $1,000s without an effort.
Yeah, man, but then I take the risk of one of my guys messing one of these up and...
Well, then you need to hire another staff member there.
Would you take 6 for them?
No. They're going to do nothing but grow in value. At $7,500, you're still going to turn a profit of $2,000 or $3,000 with no effort.
I'll give you $7,000.
Why don't we split it and say $7,250?
I'll give you $7,000. I mean, I'm taking all the risk here.
Okay, I'll do $7,000.
All right, deal. Want to write them up?
Sure.
I'm pretty happy with $7,000, but my dad was a salesman his whole life. I think he'd be saying, Eric, you should have asked a little bit more.
I have some movie memorabilia from Batman Forever.
What do you got?
I have one of the batarangs made for the movie itself.
That's cool.
This is one of the riddles that Jim Carrey gave to Val Kilmer. This was used on the screen. There was one of them made. This is it.
Okay. That is cool. God, I was probably 12 years old when this movie came out.
You're making me feel old. Thank you. I came to the pawn shop today to sell 2 props from the movie Batman Forever. The Batarang alone, I would probably sell that one for about $1,000. The riddle prop, since it comes with a certificate of authenticity, I'm looking for $5,000. I'd probably go down to 3.
So how'd you come about acquiring this stuff?
I have a room in my house that I use as a prop museum. I have switched themes, so I'm liquidating all the memorabilia from the room.
Oh, that's cool. So what is this?
Each of the riddles in the movie gave a number, and when you put all the numbers together, they corresponded to the letters of the alphabet, which spelled out Mr. E, which was Edward Nygma, who was the Riddler.
Okay.
This I got at the Warner Brothers Batman store in New York City. This was in the movie, held by the actors. And I have a certificate of authenticity from Warner Brothers.
Okay.
This I got in an auction online from Warner Brothers themselves.
There's a good market for movie props and comic-related stuff. And since these appeal to both kinds of collectors, these could go for a lot more. But we're not talking about the Batmobile here, so the price kind of has to be right. What do you want for it?
This one, $1,000. This one, $5,000.
I can tell you right now, $1,000 for that, there's nothing I can do with it. This right here, it's gonna be a long, long time before I get the collector in here that just has to have it. I mean, I'm more into the $2,000 range.
It's something very unique that nobody else in the world has. Could you do 4?
No. I'll go up to $2,200, but I mean, other than that, there's nothing else I can do.
$3,000 is my bottom price.
There's a very select few people out there that are willing to spend 5 figures on a Batman prop. It looks like $800 is gonna keep us from making a deal. I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
Batman's cool and all, but I just can't shell out $3,000 for a prop from a movie people didn't even like that much.
I got a ride from a classic movie that I'm looking to sell.
Okay, you got a car?
It's a 3-wheel taxi.
We'll bring it to the back lot. I'll take a look at it. Movie props and collectibles are always great for the shop because they're easy to recognize. But I don't seem to remember a movie with a 3-wheeled taxi. Really? What in the hell is this?
It's a taxi from the movie Freejack.
That was a movie about how Emilio Estevez was a race car driver.
What possessed you to buy this thing?
You ought to see the looks I get out of it.
Are they good looks, or?
Well, I came to the pawn shop today to sell my taxi from the movie Freejack. I've got my use out of it. I just need the money now. I'm looking to get $13,500 out of it, and around $85 is what I got in it, so somewhere in that vicinity.
So how did you acquire it?
I've seen it on the internet and thought it would be good for my campground.
All right. This was the actual taxi cab in the movie, right?
Yes, it was.
It's got Emilio Estevez. He's like a race car driver, and he crashes and goes to the future. And Mick Jagger's like this evil guy trying to steal his body, right?
Well, I didn't watch the movie until I bought the taxi.
Were you able to get all the way through the movie?
No.
Freejack was an ambitious movie. It had some big stars and a decent budget, but the plot, I think, was too far out there, and it never caught on. But I'm sure it has some fans out there that would recognize this taxi.
It drives good, running about 90.
You really would take this 90 miles an hour?
Oh, yes, sir.
It would scare me to drive this thing on the road, any high speed anyway. When they build these for movies, they don't have to do a pretty job. It's not in the budget to make a perfect vehicle. Does it start?
Runs good.
All right. It's really neat to see how some movie props are built to create something that never existed before. That's one of the things people just love about them. But since a lot of people haven't heard of the movie Freejack, that could have a huge impact on the price. So what do you want to do with it?
Want to sell it.
How much you want for it?
Well, I'm looking at $13,500 for it. It was still in the movie, and I think it's worth that.
It really depends on the movie. That's a big part of the value. If you have something from Star Wars, Citizen Kane, Gone with the Wind, there's a big following for those movies, and therefore it really drives the price up. What we have here, I just don't know. I do have a buddy that's really into custom bikes and things like that. Let me get him down here, and we'll see what we can do.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I don't know exactly what it's worth either, so an expert coming in will give us an idea.
Danny, my man.
The guys usually call me down to check out cars, trucks, motorcycles, anything cool. Why does this look so familiar to me?
Well, it was in the movie Freejack.
I might have been one of those people that actually went to the theater and saw it.
You know what my favorite part of the movie was?
What?
When I turned the TV off.
It's always pretty cool when you can find like a car or a motorcycle from, you know, a movie that you dig.
I guarantee you, like the motorcycle Steve McQueen drove in The Great Escape would go for hundreds of thousands
Without
of dollars.
a doubt.
Now, the taxi from Freejack.
Well, you mind if I give it a once-over?
You go right ahead.
People collect movie memorabilia all over the place, but they usually collect from movies that have made a positive impression on people. Not that Freejack didn't make a positive impression, it just wasn't that big of a movie. Well, it's in pretty good shape, because, I mean, you know, from the early 90s, it's lasted pretty good. Got a little damage down here.
Yeah, I got that. Unloading it and loading it.
Well, do you mind if I take this thing for a little spin?
Take off.
All right, cool. You coming with me?
No, I'm not.
Oh, come on, man.
No.
Go with him.
I cannot think of a more dangerous place in the world to sit in a vehicle.
You got to tell me how the back rides.
All right, I'll get back there.
All right. All right.
Danny and I recently test drove a Mercedes Unimog, and Danny definitely got the worst of it. I should have known I was in for some payback when Danny had me ride the back of this thing.
As far as a functional vehicle, definitely left a lot to be desired. It bottomed out very easy over any kind of bump. It was designed just to be in a movie in a couple of scenes. How was that ride for you back there, brother?
My back got Freejacked. So how did this thing turn?
Interesting. Kind of feel like you're going to get flung off of one side or the other, but just hang on like you said. Hold on to the grip, you'll be fine.
Danny.
Yes, sir.
What's it worth? What can I sell it for?
That's so hard to know. There's really nothing to compare it to. If I was going to buy this and sell it, I wouldn't get into it any more than $5 grand.
Okay, well, thanks, Danny.
Thanks for letting me come down and see it. I think it's a good promotional item. Somebody that has a shop or a store, they want to get attention, park it out front, people will turn their heads and look.
All right. I'll give you $4 grand for it.
I got to get a little bit more than that out of it. Maybe 65.
I'll give you $4 grand for it. I think I'm being a nice guy at 4.
Well, you're a nice guy, but I think you're trying to rip me off.
I'm not trying to get to you. I mean, you can walk away from this deal anytime you want. This thing is going to be difficult to sell it.
How about 5?
I'll give you $4 grand for it.
5?
No.
Oh, man.
If it was a functional taxi, I'd probably pay you more.
$4 grand.
Well, I guess I'll have to... I believe I'll have to pass on you, bro.
Sorry we couldn't make a deal.
Okay, sir. Well, we wasn't able to make a deal today, so I'm going to keep my ride.
Hi.
How can I help you?
I have this really cool piece. This was a prop in The Godfather.
The movie?
The movie, The Godfather.
It is literally one of my favorite movies of all time.
Unlike most people, I don't like the movie. Because when I saw the horse's head, I was horrified and stopped watching it.
I have to say, the horse head in the bed thing is a real good way to get a deal done. I almost threw a horse's head in your bed when you wouldn't give me a percentage of the business.
I buy stores lockers at public auction. It was in one of the lockers that I purchased. I'm not a fan of the movie, but I know that there are a lot of fans of that movie, so I think I'll be able to do okay.
It was one of the greatest dramas ever made. It really was. I mean, up until that point, movies weren't this dark and the characters weren't this rich. It was #1 in 1972. It was the #2 or 3 movie of all time up to that point, how much it grossed. It is considered by everyone an absolute masterpiece.
It was a career-building movie. I mean, Al Pacino, De Niro, I mean, there was just tons of actors in those movies that got their start and stayed famous for 30, 40 years because of it.
I was right around 20 years old the first time I saw The Godfather. I was blown away. It's got everything. Great writing, great directing, great actors. What else do you need? Do you have paperwork on this stuff?
I have a certificate of authenticity from the Ellis Prop Company that says it was sold at an auction they had in 1999. And I have a letter with a picture of the jewelry box, also indicating that it was in the movie.
This deco-style ballet jewelry box was issued to the set of The Godfather for use in background scenes. Now, do you know what scene it was in?
No, I tried to figure it out, but I couldn't watch it.
And it doesn't say anything in the paperwork either. So you want me to make you an offer you can't refuse?
Correct.
And how much would you like me to buy it for?
I saw other people selling props from The Godfather, and they were asking for about $1,000.
If you ever go to a movie set, okay, especially big productions like The Godfather, there's thousands and thousands of things on set. Now, if you were talking about the movie The Godfather, I'd want Vito Corleone's hat.
The gun that was taped behind the toilet in the end of the movie. You got a $5 jewelry box. I mean, this is just such a small prop, and it's almost insignificant.
This is the jewelry box sitting in the corner of the room that you got to see on set for maybe 3 seconds. I don't see this worth money.
Okay. I disagree. I think that there's a large fan base for The Godfather. I think that you'd be able to sell this for a good amount of money.
Trust me, if I thought I could make money on this thing, I would snatch it right up from you. I don't think I can make any money on it, period.
Okay.
Thanks for coming in, though.
Thanks for your time. I appreciate it. After they talked so much about the movie, I was really very surprised that they didn't make an offer. But I'm pretty positive I'll be able to sell it on my own.
A guy called me up, said he has a Star Wars collection. People go nuts over this stuff. So me and Chum are at his house, and we're gonna take a look at it. Hey, how's it going? You're the guy with the Star Wars?
That's right.
Okay.
Come on over here, I'll show you the Star Wars collection I called you about.
Damn, this is cool.
What is all this stuff?
Most of this is Star Wars original filming props, either production made or screen used.
Whoa. You're really into Star Wars, aren't you?
You know, I've probably seen the first film 1,000 times. Most of these items were really, really hard to get. I've had something come up, and it's another collector I know. He's willing to let go of something else. It's a Star Wars prop. It's really iconic, but I need to raise some money, and I need to raise some money real fast.
It's the most collectible series ever.
This is a resin blaster. It was used by stormtroopers in Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi.
Sweet.
This is an original 3PO piece from the original Star Wars.
Okay, that is definitely cool.
And these are 3PO prototype eyes.
So what is this, like lava?
Yeah, this is actually from Episode 3.
All right, that's pretty cool. Let me guess. Petrified alien dung.
No, this is actually the Sarlacc pit tentacle puppet, as used on screen in Return of the Jedi in 1983.
Sweet.
The same tentacle that grabs Lando's leg.
It is amazing. I'm kind of blown away by this stuff. Star Wars fans are the craziest, the nuttiest, and they pay the most. So if this is what this guy says it is, I think we have some serious money here. Where did you get all this stuff?
Most of it's from past crew that either worked at Lucasfilm when the trilogy was being made, or some of it's more of the well-known dealers.
Okay. So how much do you want for all this stuff?
To do the whole package, I mean, talking like 80,000.
You know, I know it's worth money, but I have no idea how much. I have a friend who is like the world's largest Star Wars freak. Do you mind if I get him down here to look at this stuff?
I do mind in a sense that I just want to make sure they're really on their A game.
It's my friend Steve Grad. He works for PSA, and he authenticates a lot of Star Wars stuff.
It's not really in regards of authenticity. In terms of regards to price, the value on something like this could be $25,000 to $80,000, depending on the way the sun shines.
If we can make a deal, we can make a deal. Just let me get my buddy down here. I mean, he really is that Star Wars nerd. Okay?
Okay. The only thing I could be nervous about is just making sure this guy gets to the right circles in the collecting community. If they can't find somebody like that, I'm gonna stop it right here.
Impressive. Most impressive. You guys know that I've got, this sick obsession with Star Wars. It's really
Yeah, it's like nerdly weird.
It's out of control. I go visit the sites. I mean, I was in the desert. It's up in California, but they have a big pit there. It's a pit of Carcoon. It's awesome. Guys drop into it.
The pit of Carcoon.
Yes, and they have the Sarlacc pit. It had tentacles in it, and when the guys went down into it, they got eaten alive and kind of digested over years. You know, you have to wonder what happened to Boba Fett.
Sure. Yeah.
Rick and Chum gave me a call today. It was kind of a unique situation. Usually it's autographs. But Rick also knows that I know everybody associated with the films, so I figured, hey, you know, why not come down and take a look at this stuff? What are your concerns, Rick?
I need to know if these are all real movie props, and can I make money on this stuff?
Absolutely. I mean, more movies are coming out, so Star Wars is about as hot as it gets. It's gonna be off the charts.
Okay, so tell me, what's the stuff worth?
You know, I do recognize some of these pieces, but there's so many fakes in the marketplace. People knock these things off all the time. So before I tell you for sure, I want to make a phone call, check with a few guys I know in the industry.
Yeah, you want me to call Luke Skywalker for you?
No, I could use the Force, so I'm good. Thanks, man. Before I could actually authenticate these items, I want to basically get to look at the provenance, look at the pieces themselves, and actually talk to some of the guys who had something to do with making them. I'm back.
You get your nerd on?
Yes, of course. Thank you.
All right. The guys from the pawn shop called Steve, take a look at my Star Wars collection. He seems like a really good guy. I can tell that he's been around the circles. He knows the kind of people he needs to be talking to about this stuff.
I had a chance to talk to Kid West about this, and Kid West is Academy Award winner. He actually helped with the assemblage of this piece. He specifically told me how it was manufactured, how it was put together. There's no doubt in my mind that this is screen used. So that's a big piece right there.
All right, and is the rest of the stuff real?
I know the provenance of this C-3PO. I have very little doubt about it. I've seen the piece before. I know the story about these being salvaged. Those two were the prototypes, you know, they really used to put on Daniels. But at any rate,
so they're real?
Yes. Yeah, no doubt about that, yeah.
Okay.
The big one is the blaster. It's about as rare as it gets. That is probably one of the ultimate display pieces a collector could have. And obviously you see here, it is the centerpiece of the collection.
Is it real?
I have no doubt about that, absolutely.
Okay, all right. So what's the stuff worth?
Okay, overall, as we're looking at a huge group here, I think your total value is right around $75,000.
Okay. And people spend this kind of money on it?
They do. And you have to realize something, that passion is never gonna stop. It's crazy.
Okay. Well, thanks.
Yeah.
I will let you know if I get
Good
it.
luck. Yeah, good luck. What I did is I kind of looked at an overall picture of what was there, because I think as a group they were much stronger as some of the individual pieces, but there was some great value there, some really fascinating pieces, and I mean, it's movie history. You don't get to see this stuff every day.
What's your best price on them?
I mean, really, the 80 is kind of what I'd like to see.
I mean, I got to resell it. I'll give you 50 grand for them.
50 I can't do. I mean, if you did the whole collection, that I cannot do. We're a galaxy far, far away, no pun intended. But, can you go 70?
No, there's no money for me at that. None. I will go 52. I mean, there's not a lot of margin there for me. It costs money to sell stuff.
I'm gonna have to decline on that. I got it. I have to decline on that.
If you change your mind over the next few days, give me a call.
Okay. Hey, thank you so much.
I'm a little disappointed I couldn't make a deal. When I do things like this, there's a lot of time involved, and time is money. But hey, even though I'm not a super huge nerdy fan, it is still pretty cool stuff. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. What can I help you with?
Well, I have the prop pistol used by the villain in the 1995 James Bond movie, GoldenEye.
Very cool. There's no such thing as a bad James Bond movie.
just some are better than others.
I agree. I have the prop pistol used by the villain in the James Bond GoldenEye movie from 1995. According to my research, $3,000 seems to be about the average market street value for it. So that's what I'm hoping to get for it.
Every guy wanted to be James Bond. I mean, he was just so damn iconic. Everything about the series is amazing. Ian Fleming wrote, I think, like a dozen James Bond books. He sold over 100 million copies of them. The movies were insanely successful, and they'll probably be making James Bond movies 50 years from now. Oh, it's a prop gun. It's made out of plastic or resin or something like that. Pretty cool. One of the villains was pointing this at James Bond.
Yes, it's been used in several key scenes in the film.
So where did you get it?
I got it online from a prop house in the UK.
Is this the paperwork right here?
This is the paperwork. That's the COA that came with it.
This letter certifies that the above item was production used in the film GoldenEye and various sequences in the film. Okay. How much do you want for it?
Well, you know, it's a tough call. I mean, there's so much sentimental value to it, which to me is priceless.
I don't care about sentimental value at all. I can't make money on it.
I'm thinking $3,000.
Okay. Let me call somebody who will know everything about this. I got a buddy who all he does is like Hollywood memorabilia. So let me have him take a look at it, see if he can screen match it.
Sounds good.
All right, give me 5 minutes, I'm gonna give him a call.
You got it.
Harrison, Rick Harrison.
How are you? Good to see you again. What do we have today?
We have a gun prop from GoldenEye, James Bond.
Excellent. Fantastic movies. Props have set record prices from those films. Very early films are the more desirable props, like Dr. No, which I think was the first film, From Russia with Love, Man with the Golden Gun, Octopussy. So anything we find from a James Bond film usually bring pretty good money at auction.
Okay.
Tell me where you purchased it.
Well, I purchased it online from a prop house, basically, in the UK.
And you have any idea where they acquired it from?
I believe initially they acquired it from Baptiste.
Okay,
Film
yes.
memory.
Baptiste probably made all of the weaponry you have ever seen in a James Bond movie.
Okay, so do you know which scene it was supposed to be in?
The opening scene, the chemical weapons plant, if you're familiar with the film.
Mm-hmm. Hard to tell if it was actually used in the film. For my authentication purposes, I happen to have a screenshot that I brought with me. In the photograph, it looks like it's not a static trigger. It looks like he actually is putting some pressure on the trigger. If I apply pressure to this trigger, it breaks. So you can also see in the photograph, there's a significant gun sight at the front of the gun. There is none here. There is a nib, but no gun sight. It raises questions. So, with everything I can see, there's just too much inconsistency here for me to say it's that gun, but it certainly could be a gun from the film. Okay. But one of dozens that were made for the film.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
All right?
Okay. All right, thanks,
Thank
man.
you, Rick. Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you, Rick.
Thank you.
I hate it when this happens, but I mean, like, if it was never used, it's not worth a lot, plain and simple. But if you can prove it's the real deal, I'll give you $3,000. You're the one who's gonna have to go frame by frame to a 2-hour movie and try and find a screenshot that matches. And when you do it, make sure you download it in high def.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, man. Whoa. This is crazy.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Harvey, you here?
Hey, welcome. Hi.
This is my employee, Rick.
All right. You've come to see my Terminator.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I remember this. This was in Skynet where they're going to build robot armies, and these were all in the background.
Does this turn into liquid?
No, these are T-800s. T-1000s are liquid metal.
You got any T-1000s?
No.
We haven't come up with the technology yet.
Chumley called me up and said he wants to come down again. He was here once before, and he wanted to bring his boss and look at my Terminator 3 props. These torsos were used in the beginning of the film when Schwarzenegger was walking through the Skynet manufacturing facility, and these are all being made.
All right, super cool. This is from the factory of Skynet where they're making the robot soldiers, and it all eventually went bad.
Because in 2029, that's when Skynet became aware. And then they just figured, you know, let's kill all the humans.
Whoa.
They're a little dated, not too bad. These look like they will hold up your trunk in your car. That's probably what they used, right?
Yeah, they used all kinds of parts wherever they could dig up parts to make these things, you know?
Yeah. It's got
robot guts.
It's like rubber. It's not real guts.
What do you think robot guts are? They're robots, Rick. They're full of rubber and metal.
All right. I think it's super cool. For a movie prop to be worth something, it has to sort of stand out in the movie. And these are props that even if you're not a huge fan of the movie, you'll sort of recognize this from Terminator.
Yeah.
So, are you looking to sell them, or?
Yes, they're all for sale.
Well, how much do you want for them?
I'm looking at $5,500 a piece.
All right. Let me give someone a call if you don't mind.
Okay.
I'm definitely intrigued. They're definitely different.
Definitely different.
I got a friend that's down here, and I think she'll know about these.
Great.
All right, I'll be back.
Okay.
That wasn't funny?
It would have been funny if someone else said it.
Hey, Harvey, nice to see you.
How's your dad?
He's great. Thank you for asking.
So you guys know each other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you know about this, right?
Wow. Yes. I recognize these little guys from about 15 years ago. These were used in set dressing on the film. They were used in the Skynet set. You'll see Colonel Brewster giving a tour down the hallway, and that one and this one are visible. This one I can't quite place because I'm sure it was there on set dressing because we had a massive set, but the camera only sees so much. So this one I can't say for sure is in the footage, but it was definitely on the set.
Okay. So what do you think these would be worth?
Well, because they weren't actually picked up and featured, but they were part of the overall backdrop of the film, I'd say probably $3,500 a piece, $4,000 maybe.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome, Rick.
I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me out.
All right, so this one is the one I'm interested in.
Okay. $5,500 for that one.
Well, you know, according to Hope, she figured it was worth around $4,000. So let me give you $2,500.
Ouch! I can't go that low.
I'm gonna resell it.
You should be able to get $6,000. Easy.
It would be tough. 29?
Oh, I just can't go that low. I'll do 38.
$3,000.
Ah,
There's no room after $3,000.
I think there's room.
I'll go with 31, and I'm crazy even going that high.
Okay, it's a deal.
Sweet. All right, I'll get you paid. And
okay.
This is great.
I told you you wouldn't regret it.
All right.
Go ahead and load that in the truck. Now we can go do something I want to do. Harvey, you know I like you, so I'll be Bob.
Good seeing you again. Take care.
Hey, what do we got here?
I have some Jerry Maguire props. We have his mission statement.
Airline tickets from United for Jerry Maguire. And these are his sunglasses?
Yep.
Do you know if this was like the...
Yep, that was his actual briefcase used in the movie. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Jerry Maguire Company. Sports and management consultants.
Help me help you.
I'm at the pawn shop today to sell my props from the movie Jerry Maguire. I acquired these items from a storage auction sale in LA, and I'm a huge Tom Cruise fan. I love the movie. The briefcase looks real, the sunglasses look real, but I'm just not 100% sure. I'm hoping to get $5,500 for them today. If I'm able to walk out of here with $5,500, I'm gonna take my kids to a theme park.
Very interesting. So where did you get this stuff?
I got it from a storage auction.
Okay, Jerry Maguire came out in the mid-90s. Great box office hit, got like a real cult following. So the whole premise of the movie was he's a sports attorney at this really big agency, and he stays up all night writing this mission statement, things we think and do not say. and it basically gets him fired. And then he's like, well, fine, I'll open up my own agency. And then as soon as he's packing up, he starts screaming, who's coming with me, who's coming with me? And just one girl comes with him. Top movie lines of all time, show me the money.
The human head weighs 8 pounds. Top movie line of all time. Unless we're talking about your head, of course. Then it's probably 18 pounds.
Please just do your job for a change.
Show me the money, Rick. Show me the money.
You'll be seeing no money on your paycheck if you just don't, just do something, please. Yeah, so one of the top movie lines ever is show me the money. Tom Cruise did not win an Oscar, but Cuba Gooding Jr. did.
Yeah.
So we have all this stuff. The mission statement is a real mission statement. I think that's really odd for a movie prop. This has to be real because people generally don't fake airline tickets. I think it's against the law. And the glasses, I have no idea if those are even his, unless there's like Tom Cruise DNA on them.
It could be.
You're looking to sell this?
I am.
So how much you want for this?
$5,500.
Movie props go for a lot of money. Let me have someone come down and look at all this stuff. They will know if it's from the movie, okay? So let me go give somebody a call.
Okay.
You complete me. You complete me.
Hey, Hope, how's it going?
I'm good, Rick. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Nice to
I'm
see
out
you.
here for you.
Hi, chum.
So Hope was the prop master on Jerry Maguire.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This baby right here. Hi, old friend. So, how did you acquire this?
I actually got it in a storage auction.
Okay, that makes sense to me because about 15 years ago, I changed out my storage and a few boxes, we didn't know what they were and we left them behind. And now I know where they are, so there they are.
So every one of these items is from the Jerry Maguire movie?
Yes, this is Jerry. Cameron Crowe, the director, wrote this. He wrote a 22-page mission statement specifically for this film.
That was really odd that he wrote a whole 22-page mission statement.
That way, Tom Cruise had something to work with.
And his airline ticket?
I mean, I made up airline tickets for all the cast because it helps the actor. They're no longer Tom Cruise, they're no longer Renee Zellweger. They are that character.
So Tom Cruise actually wore these sunglasses?
Yes. One day, he put them on and he loved them, and he came in and he said, Hope, I want to wear these. These wouldn't have been for close-ups, but these would have been what he wore, you know?
Okay.
These were all items that I made or acquired directly for this film.
You complete me, Hope.
Oh, chum.
Don't encourage him.
Sorry.
So what's it all worth?
Well, with the right auction, with the right people in the setting, I would probably put an estimate for these items, probably at about $5,500.
Okay, well, thanks. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Okay, so how much did you want for this stuff?
$5,500.
I'll give you $2,000.
Ooh, no.
So I have to frame all this stuff up. It's work to sell this stuff.
$5,000.
I'll make this really, really easy for you. I'll go $3,000, not a penny more.
I can't do it for $3,000.
I'm definitely not getting rich off you at that price. $3,000 is more than fair.
I can't part with it for $3,000.
Well, thanks for coming by. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Change your mind, though. Come back.
Okay, thank you very much.
Today, there will be no showing of money, I guess.
I'm a little bummed, but you know, the expert did price him at $5,500. He didn't have me at $3,000, so I'm not gonna sell these items today.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Pretty good, how you doing?
I got some props from Child's Play.
Oh, Chucky.
That's right.
Chucky was pretty cool, man. You think the voodoo doll's still active?
I came to the pawn shop today to try and sell my movie props from the film Child's Play. I'd like to sell this stuff so I can finally get the garage open and my wife can park her car in there. I'm hoping to get $3,000. The least I'd probably take would be $2,000.
So where'd you get all this stuff?
I was a production assistant on the movie, and this stuff was all in storage, and the producers said, just get rid of everything. Whatever you want, you can keep.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Got a couple of Chucky's knives. This was a doll. Chucky goes to kill the voodoo doctor at one point because he wants to find out how to become human again.
Okay.
This is an amulet from the voodoo doctor. This is actually one of the weapons, one of the first people that gets killed. Hits a woman in the head and she goes flying out of an apartment window.
Cool. This movie was pretty dope. After it came out, you couldn't go 2 seconds without someone saying, "I'm Chucky, want to play?" You took some pretty cool stuff here.
It's still dangerous.
That one's still pointy.
So they were all in the movie?
Yes.
So do you have any proof that you worked on the movie or anything like that?
I brought a copy of the credits with my name on the back as a production assistant.
Okay, cool. How much you want for them?
I want $3,000.
What do you think, chum?
I think this stuff's pretty cool, but I think that's kind of a lot.
I'll give you 1,500 bucks.
You know, there's a lot of big horror movie collectors out there. The lowest I'd probably go is 25.
It's a horror flick.
Right.
You know, it's not Citizen Kane. I'll tell you what, I'll give you 2,000 for everything.
I think that's fair.
Okay, 2,000 bucks.
I appreciate it. I have no doubt there's going to be at least a couple of people out there that are going to be very happy to own these.